I was just thinking, but by the grace of God, there go I, you know? I think everybody wanted me to go up online and make a fool of myself like I did, telling you about me. And you guys chopped up little bits about me so you could get views on me. Because I didn't know so many channels, I started going and watch other creators who have thousands of subscribers, and well, a lot of you have wrenches of other creators, and you're all kind of friends, and because it didn't matter where I went, people had put this label on me not to like me right from the start. And now that everybody's hearing my story of who I am and the powerful people around me that I knew and worked for and loved, and at a young age I played with greatness, and I was almost killed by a jealous boy. Medals were taken by a jealous teacher who was gay, openly gay, and I was teaching his class 25 years ago, basically. And then he took away a gold medal as another teacher begging me to get your cake off there. So Mr. Ferguson, again, a retired police officer, had to be at least 6'4", red hair, who shook my hand, son, because they were both Drew. My little guy walked up to my teacher. Just imagine my teacher standing straight, chef's hat, white. To me, to my son, he must have looked like a god, because I talked about this teacher who did dragon work, because he had all these dragon tools of what I asked him about. So when this teacher looked down at me, and me asking, a female baker asking, "Sir, what is this?" I think he became my guard, my teacher from that moment. So when, I don't even know, well, he must have known my son was a redhead and Drew, but when this is why I say your children, call them little man, because my little guy walked up to him as I was having to speak to others about my wedding cake, which I had won a gold medal for. Walked up to Drew as I seen him come in the door, and walked right straight to Mr. Ferguson and put out his hand and said, "Hi, Drew. I'm Drew. My mom's Kimmy." As he looked over at me, and Mr. Ferguson was such a professional man. To see him smile, I can see his face, and I can see my son putting out as his hand to this day, looking up at this man with my son. Griff saw him. Just imagine a little boy like his daughter with curly red hair. Curly red hair that at the same time the Chucky doll was going around. Imagine the bullies that my son had to deal with. So I need to see the live, what Cher did. People will never understand. I have little bits of what happened. I don't see the end. And that's mental torture. She did it on purpose, and then she cut the live off, and then she deleted it, and she's making money. And she's gaining more subs, and I'm not. I don't understand this. I'm Canadian and proud. I believe in all faiths, and my Ukrainian bloodline is being erased, being piled up like garbage. Nobody's seeing it, are we? But YouTubers can spin lies that I need a 5150, really. As soon as I close this, I'm going to see if I can find a tattooist in the area just to watch one of these videos and understand. I don't have much money right now, but I need the start of the tattoo to feel pain of what the people of the YouTube did to me in a time when Trump was in an office and so many kids went missing, and only the Shipleys, only the Warriors are understand. I need the pain. I need the ink on my body to remember Darian Brown is innocent. Maybe instead of the seal tattoo, I'll get a little bowl first, or something that I can get an artist to think of in a time. Because he's in my heart, so he's got to be on my right breast, right? I have an ego on my left. I have a young bull named Darian Brown, because that's what football players that have to stand in front of the opposition and go as they dig in their feet and they get ready to. Most of them get concussions, right? Concussions. Most of the older football players are now taking medical marijuana, so I speak for all our football players who drove off cliffs because they couldn't deal with the pain, or mamas of bears. Right? Because pain is pain. Right? What they did to me is unfair. Unfair, I say. Stand up for Kimmymonster in Canada, I say. Because I'm a good person. I'm not bad. Not one criminal record. Maybe speeding tickets, a few. But I got to be with that police officer around fires where bats were on my fingertips, and Vietnam vets told their stories of, well, I know what my vet told me. And I gotta tell you, my sister was supposed to marry a well-known family member, and these people were good to me. Because I will tell you, my gamers, my sister was supposed to marry a Provenzano in the community of Sault Ste. Marie. And I know this man became a firefighter. And maybe I need to call him up and say, how many kids you got? because I knew my sister wasn't his match. But my sister says, and will say to this day, he was her first love. He never beat her. He used to look like Cousin It, honestly, with the hair in his face. And before you know it, this man, because he was I fell in love with him. I had a crush on him. Right? Because you and your friends used to allow me to sit in the back seat because you were never ashamed of. My sister was never ashamed of allowing me to come in the back seat and be with you people driving down Queen Street in his beautiful car. Right, Mr. Provenzano? Because I remember eating at your mom and dad's table with your mom. And your dad, what a man. He would go out and take me out and see the bunny rabbits all caged, and I would say, I know you eat them, but I don't want to see where you do that. So Mr. and Mrs. Provenzano, who I know were good people because people ask me about the bad Italians. And Gino is on the highway as well. You all remember me. The next time I go in, I'm stopping at Gino's and saying, Maria, it's Kimmy. Can I have a big loaf of bread? Because if you know my Maria and Gino and all the ladies back there and his son, he would stand on the grill on weekends. I never seen a kid who could fly. Like, it was so busy. I would do the dressing of the plates and he would flip the eggs. I never seen a kid flip eggs so fast in my life. So I'm telling you, all these Italian people, their children cooked. They all were trained, and they trained me. So I tell you, from Snowball Nation, where 3/4 of our city is Italian restaurants, like, really? We have, I think, the most pizza joints in Canada. Because it's cold up here. We don't get a lot of people of color. Because bada boom and bada bing, right? People of color are scared of ghosts and stuff. Like, get out. Really? Get into Canada. Because I'm Kimmymonster from Canada. I'm Kimmy Doolittle. I'm going to find me a puppy soon. And I don't care what everybody says. I know a person down the road who has lambs. Lambs. But, and I get to see them soon. Well, I hope you sent me the same email as you sent that person, because that's what I do when I confront somebody. I send it to another friend so they say, I didn't see it. So I always make sure 2 or 3 see it. Like my warriors, never trust one. Right, Mr. Comey? Right, my Ukrainian twins? Hey, I can do. Maybe I better start listening to the Ukrainian accent. But Daddy only said swear words when he ran up to me when I fell down the stairs. And I ain't saying it on here. I'll say that F word, but I ain't saying swears on Ukrainian. I'm just saying because Because he probably made me say something that was silly instead of a swear, because my daddy was a nut bar. Just saying. Because he's Johnny Segan. And everybody knew in Sault Ste. Marie who Johnny Segan was. Because at Christmas time, he would drive the buses where all the elderly people would go and see the Christmas lights. Right, the Elks Lodge, Love and Light. Because the Elks sponsored our trip when I couldn't hear. Little old me. 57 years ago when I couldn't hear. And now that I'm 60, I've cried so much I can't eat, I can't see. And if she gets away with this, it's not right. She tortured animals. She's torturing me, and she's getting away with it. Don't you see? Don't you see? I can't see anymore. Can't you see? I'm not the Unabomber. Neither was he. You put him in a fucking place and look what technology's doing. Mr. Elon Musk, I know you're listening. You have the technology. Please sponsor me. Because I believe those who have billions will hear my plea. I'm Ukrainian and proud. Manic depressive. I've did my 12-step and I'll do it to every cop that has to come in here to see what I survived and to see those police officers leave and say, are you okay? Are you okay? I have lived through wars. I've lived through burning cars. I've gone out of fires. I've walked in places where people pop in and pop out, and I feel their horror before their death and after. I see animals on the road, and I take a piece of hair or a piece of tobacco and say, bless you, animal, for what you've been here. But please, take your spirit and run free. Because I'm Kimmy in Canada. I'm not a disease. But can't you see the finger marks or the mark? Where Kiki Camarena had a nail put his hands. The other one is there as well. Can't you see? Can't see? Kiki Camarena was a great cop. That's why I can't eat. You guys don't even know your history. And I'm a disease. I'm the disease of the internet where you won't let me talk. You time me out. You block me. Benny Keys, awareness, general awareness. All your channels, Mark. Now, I'm not allowed to come up on a panel now. What the fuck? Put the live up. Put the live up. Put the live up. Everybody has to say, stop dirty deleting. They said it to me at the start of the video. 600 saw it. 600 saw it. 600 saw it. What aren't we seeing across in Ukraine? What aren't we seeing? What the fuck aren't we seeing if she gets away with deleting shit? What the fuck aren't we seeing? They're burning them, right? They're burning them like the West Boys. I see. Or they're taking their organs for whatever. Bada boom, bada bing. Kimmymonster signing out from Northern Ontario, Canada. Goulet River and proud. Boom. The beat of the drum. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Because I am who I am. What the fuck's wrong with you? Boom. Boom. Free Darian Brown. Benny Keys, Monica, I'm no thanks, couldn't pay for a pizza. Look at them now. They're making money. And they put a beautiful, gorgeous African-American boy, 17, who was raped by Monica. And, well, you know. Because look at what the shit they're spinning about Candace and everybody else. Benny Keys was up on a hill of horrors because he's diseased and diseased. He saw fights go on. He probably didn't stop it because he's a chihuahua. Right, Lacey?